Today's AskReddit post. Redditors who post nudes of themselves on the internet. Do you ever worry about being caught? If this has happened to you, what was the aftermath? Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Let's get started. Oh no. Someone at work might see my dick and I'll have to find a new minimum wage job that I hate coming to every day. The level of sarcasm in this comment makes me believe you're a fellow Brit. Thank you. But no. Filthy American. Never left the country. I just strongly disagree with don't shit where you work when the work is shit. There's zero consequences. Don't shit where you work. Nah dude. It's don't shit where you eat. Definitely shit where you work. They pay you for shitting at work. Also, don't work where you eat. It's better not to know. An ex of mine took sexual recordings of me without my consent and posted them online. I saw the videos saved on his computer and he confessed after breaking up that he posted them but refused to tell me where. I'm terrified of my family and all patients finding them. Edit. So I just woke up and holy shit. Thank you all for all of the support. It honestly means so much. I said in one of the comments that I wouldn't report you to blackmail. And I'm sorry to disappoint but this still stands. In short, he wouldn't has threatened to out my sexuality to my family, which would 100% led to me being disowned and pushed out. Something I'm not financially or emotionally ready for. I honestly appreciate all the advice and love you all. And I hope one day I'll be ready to do something about this. And hopefully it won't be too late. Does he know that if you file a police complaint and they decide to do a deep dive on his system, everything on it becomes fair game? I would definitely report that. Fuck that guy. He deserves whatever trouble comes of being investigated. Actually, don't duck that guy. I think we're a bit too late on that advice. I didn't post them myself, but my phone got stolen and was linked to my Facebook account. So whoever stole it posted nudes and kinky pictures to my profile. I woke up to my roommate banging on my door because my ducking uncle saw them on Facebook and called my mom, who called my roommate. It was not a good day. I will say my mom and stepdad were awesome about it. Didn't shame me and just asked if I wanted them to come to my city and take care of me. I was enraged that someone did that on top of stealing my phone. I used the Find My iPhone app to track it within a couple blocks radius and knocked on doors with no success on a rainy day. Ended up destroying my umbrella in a fit of rage. The pictures were flagged and removed from Facebook before I woke up, but they were obscene. And definitely not images I wanted my extended family to see. That's just ducked up. Stealing your phone isn't enough. They had to very publicly humiliate you too. I would have reported them to the police. Probably could get them with a few charges, and you know exactly where your phone is, so you could definitely get it back. Edit. So many comments and upvotes. I'm unable to answer you all. Many of you are telling stories of how you were unable to get stolen property back, and I feel sorry for you all. I have only heard a few of these stories from family friends, so they may have just been really lucky. But it truly is a shame that you can't always get your things back. For anyone who cannot get their things back, always shut down these phones, laptops, so they essentially become bricks. If you can't have it, don't let anyone else. Edit 2. No, I am not in the US. I live towards the south of England. She said she tracked it within a few blocks. The police are not knocking on a few blocks worth of doors to ask about someone's phone. And even if they did, a no would immediately send them to the next door. Find My iPhone pings your phone down to its exact location. You can also set off an alarm as well as lock the phone and erase all of the data. Edit. It gives me an exact location when I use it. I was 15 and took part in a naked longboarding run to impress an older girl. Didn't know that there'd be photographers from the media covering the event, but I did it anyway. It's been about a decade and a half since then, but if you Google my uncommon name and filter through social media results, you'll see my uncensored underage penis with a bunch of other naked dudes bombing down this hill. A friend of mine once mentioned it, but he's a bit weird and spends his time googling people anyway. I have found at least 3 of my friends, all M2, posting nudes on Reddit. I haven't told any of them ever, but I don't think they care. Edit. For those of you asking, I was perusing my local Gone Wild and R4R subs when I saw them. Just be a bro and comment nice cock. Never said I didn't do that. A true friend, right? If men can't check out other men, why am I even living? You got a nice cock. That's all Jones. Maybe I might start shaving a landing strip too. I actually got caught by my mother once. She just said to be careful and that I shouldn't do that. She was mostly worried about me than mad or anything else. I caught my mother and got extremely worried for you. Time to break some arms, mate. This never dies. Used to post on Pornhub and make vids for the duck of it. Being recognized on like 2 dating sites, which was anxiety inducing. Also my ex-BF and his friend found my account, which I kind of forgot about and he was kind of bummed about. He let it go, but it was used against me a couple of times. So that sucked. A reminder to not use the same username for any accounts, especially PHLOL. I'm not worried if my friends find it, but I'm worried my patients would find my videos. It would make saying say a little awkward. Gag gag. Plock 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 agagoo. All I've done is post my penis. I told some of my friends that I did it and a few of them actually went and looked. The picture was taken in a way I wouldn't be easily identifiable. Nice cock, bro. Okay, enough cock rating. Time for the taste test. All of my close friends' family know and don't care. Most were actually supportive. They think it's pretty cool that my tits are paying my tuition. Out of curiosity, how much do you make a year off of your tits? I have a $15 month off with just over 3k subs. Of takes 20%. I've been doing online sex work for 2 years, not a newbie trying it because of COVID. And my annual income has been well into 6 figures since last August. In case you're thinking it. Yes, everyone on OFF pays their share of taxes. You have to sign the same paperwork as most jobs require. All income gets reported. I was terrified when I first started, then got so lax to the point where I would check my DMs while I was on campus. It made me so mad when people would try to guess who I was. No one ever got it right, but a lot of people seemed like they were trying to guess under the premise of blackmail. Just enjoy the nudes. Don't be a dick and ruin it for all parties. I do worry about my parents finding out, but I'm mostly worried about my boss seeing. I don't think I could look him in the eyes again, lol. Might get a raise too. Something would rise for sure. It would not be Skywalker though. Dude, all the Skywalkers died. The title was a pure lie, just like every other clickbait media title nowadays. SMH. If people found me attractive enough to even want to look at me nude online, I'd call that a win. You a snack, bro. My co-worker told me that a few weeks ago after I got new glasses and it was nice. Your co-worker told you that you're a snack? Yes. If y'all could comment on the profile you post your nudes on, that would be very much appreciated for research or something. Edit. Wow, lots of titties in this thread. Big fan. Keep fighting the good fight, ladies and gents. Aren't you asking for your friend? I'm the friend. We're all his friends. I do. Not under this username. I am a woman working in a professional role. There's no chance my parents would find them. I keep my face out of most of them. My friends wouldn't care, and what some guy from work who recognizes me going to do? Go to HR and say I was looking at porn subreddits and saw Spike clearly in her own house and not representing her work? It's fun. It makes me feel good. ETA. While I appreciate the concern about my job, future relationships, immortal soul, etc., I am a grown up. And yes, I have considered these points long before you showed up to try and point them out to me today. I still did it. I'm not going to elaborate on my individual circumstances or my cost benefit analysis. ETA 2. Please don't waste your time DMing me. I won't be telling you my username or what subs I post in. ETA 3. For the love of duck, stop with the unsolicited advice. I don't know what kind of weirdo psychopaths you work with, but it doesn't apply to my situation. Unrelated to nudes, your username is way ducking cool. New Terry Pratchett. Moo. No, because male nudes are zero value and nobody will do anything with them. The only thing that might be embarrassing would be someone picking up my phone and seeing my dick pics, but that was before I blocked it with a password. On the contrary, as a gay man, male nudes are my favorite kind of nude. Men are beautiful. I wish more men knew they were beautiful. 2. I feel much more beautiful after your comment than I did before I read it. Thank you. I had this happen a while back. I posted nudes on a few niche NSFW subreddits and a guy friend found them. I realized all of my posts would always have this one user commenting, so I figured he was subscribed to my profile and I looked through his. Pretty quickly realized it was a friend of mine from college that I was still good friends with. Like, text and snap everyday levels of friend. I called him out by messaging him one of the more explicit comments he'd made about what he wanted to do to me, and he was super embarrassed and apologized for not telling me. The pics didn't have my face or tats in them. Apparently he'd recognized me from a piece of jewelry and never said anything. Ordinarily I wouldn't have cared, but he was dating my best friend at the time, so I thought it was kinda messed up for him to be commenting sexual stuff on my pics while he was with her. They ended up breaking up and his infidelity was a major contributing factor. I'm sorry this happened to you. That's all kinds of ducked up. I'm glad he's not with your best friend anymore, either. Thanks. Heart with stars. Yeah, I remember being really upset when I found out and basically cutting him out of my life. He'd always struggled with boundaries with me, but this was too far, you know? Alright, the story I've never told. I used to play a text-based game online. It was small, around 150 active players. It was a community-style game with guilds and had chat rooms. So once I was talking to another player and for some reason he smooth talked me into sending him tits. It wasn't even like a seduction, more of a dare. Years go by and I'm talking to someone in the game and I let slip my real name. He's like, wait, you're Anna? As in the redhead with big tits Anna? Turns out the guy I sent the pic to had gotten most girls in the game to send pics. There was a folder some of the players shared the nudes on. For some reason he saved my pic under my real name, not my username. Soon it went around that I was Anna. Slightly awkward since my husband now played the game. Started the game when I was 18 and not married. I find the guy who collected the pics rather scuzzy, but I also don't feel embarrassed or ashamed. It was a good pic and I sent it willingly. It's been almost 20 years and I'm still not a politician or public figure, so I suppose there's no issues there. I doubt it still exists still, but if it does I'd love a copy. I knew someone from school that didn't really mind when people saw her naked. She even liked showing off. It got to a point where she started making money off of posting nudes online. Casual nudes, not very explicit. I never really thought about it and never found it weird because I was used to seeing her naked. But years later it dawned on me that when she started uploading she was still underage. When I looked her up I noticed she deleted all her accounts and had basically zero online presence. So I asked a friend we had in common what happened to her. Well, she got extremely paranoid once some people pointed out that she was in fact underage and some of her accounts got deleted and reported. So she basically disappeared from the internet. Looking back from an outside perspective, my town and friends were kinda weird, but we didn't know better. I remember the exact moment it dawned on me that nudes from one of my girlfriends years ago were technically child porn. When I was in middle school, shortly after the invention of the camera phone, and about 50% of students had one. They actually had a whole segment in health class about that. Basically told us that with the advancement in technology that everyone has cameras all the time. We have to be careful in relationships. It was presented like a weird warning. Like, hey, so you might be tempted to share some scandalous images with your significant other. We really don't recommend it, because at your age that's illegal. But also, if you do get some, don't share them with others, because then that's distribution of child porn, and gets you in even bigger trouble. Doesn't seem like a weird warning to me. Sounds like something they should be covering in all schools. The weird part was how they said it. Like, on the one hand, it's illegal so don't do it, but on the other hand, we know you're going to do it, so be smart about it. Personally, I dream of being caught. It's worse when nobody cares. My OnlyFans is only being followed by my proctologist and therapist. JK. I wouldn't wish that horror on my worst enemy. Come to think of it, my worst enemy is my ex. That would be a little confusing. I just read all 4 of your comments about 10 times. Because I couldn't believe you were having a conversation with yourself. I used to sell nude photos and videos of me from 1998 to 2002 or so. We were extremely poor and lots of horny men were willing to pay me to play on cam, send them photos, etc. In 2002, a coworker of mine asked me to go to lunch with him one day. At lunch he told me he'd been to a party and he and a bunch of other guys were looking at porn and saw a photo of me sucking myself. He was a closeted gay man who was very involved in his local church, so he wasn't about to share what he found how he found it, which was good, because it would have ruined my life. At the time, only thing he did was proposition me, but I politely declined. That was the end of it. Thankfully, sucking yourself, as in sucking your own dick. You block out your face if you are smart enough. No, yo, roll the dice and show your face and ID card. Take a nude with your SS card, passport if you have one, and all your credit debit cards in front of your home with the address clearly displayed. Super sexy. If you don't even post your birth certificate, what's the point, amateurs? I'm just here to check out everyone's profile who comments. Sick bodies, dude. I don't worry about getting caught since most people who know me would honestly probably expect it and have already seen my tits anyways. This was my answer. Everyone's already seen my boobs if they've known me long enough, lol. ETA, stop following me, everyone. I use a burner. Hi, it is me, your longtime friend. Hi, Jeff. In the gay community, there are so many penises and asses out there. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. LOL. I suppose that's why with us, it's less controversial or a big deal. On that note, I really don't care if people were to find my nudes, as long as no one is making money off my images. I am good with that. I'm not ever gonna run for office or be famous, and my family has dealt with plenty worse in regards to my past behaviors. What are there all these dicks doing in this bale of hay? I'm more interested in hearing from those in our Teachers Gone Wild. Now a dude in college studying to be a teacher. I totally believe in teachers having a sex life outside of school, but that sub almost feels wrong. Like they're fetishizing their teachers. You know what I'm saying? It's kinda like that one guy jerking off in his classroom and filming it. Just gnarly. Have as much sex as you want, just not in school. Hot for teacher was a pretty big thing. Teaching is a pretty people-oriented job. Don't know why that's wrong. You should see Scrubs Gone Wild for nurses, or whatever it is. Police officers gone wild. Guess you don't do taboo. Edit. Okay, I visited it. I didn't expect to be that weirded out. Yeah, I was like, well, that's prudish of OP to say Teachers Gone Wild is weird. But it's definitely weird. The suggestive titles are the worst part. Defo, lots of pedos there. I only share nudes if I look hot in them. That way I'll be less worried about being embarrassed. Plus, best not to show your face in the nude anyhow. I used to on Discord until my mother found some super sexual messages which opted me being banned from Discord. She saw a nude of my dick after coming. I don't post nudes, but I have left thirsty pics and comments, and anyone who knew me would be able to identify me. I haven't been caught, but I worry about it a lot. I don't post nudes. Most recent post is a pussy pic. Nice. I mean, it is a good pussy. An ex-girlfriend posted a video of us and some of her friends found it. They tried to sleep with me afterwards. You lucky duck. Yeah, I have had a cool life so far. Mid to late 20s is boring as f though. Hopefully 30s will be better. I'm 37 and my vote is 30s are better than 20s. In my 20s I partied more and drank and it should have been fun. But in my 30s I have a lot more rewarding stuff like kids and a stable relationship. I'm also in the best shape of my life. I'm coming back to the States after a year working in Eastern Europe. I feel like if you set yourself up in your 20s even just a little bit, your 30s are overall better. Bro, you actually watched the whole video. I'd give you a high five if I was a human. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.